Hello, buddy. Omni here. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. I can't remember. All these days are starting to blend together for me. But we got, actually, I don't really think we got much of anything because I tried to look for this on, the official site for Warner Brothers DC and all of that. And all I can find is just, uploads, re-uploads of a international trailer for Shazam, which definitely has some new footage from what I've heard. And I couldn't find it from any official source though, so we're still going to be checking this out. I am super excited for Shazam. All of the early reports seem to be praising the movie and definitely letting us know, or at least implying that this is another DC movie that's giving us what DC should have been doing from the beginning, with a different spin on this one, where we've got, of course, our child hero who becomes an adult with superpowers and actually enjoys it, and it plays around with that quite a lot. It's something fun. A lot of the superhero movies in the past, God knows how many years, it's all about, the responsibility. Oh, I have these powers now. I can't have a life. Ha! Anyway, let's check out the trailer and let's see what all is new.
Hello, China. We are so excited that Shazam is going to be released in China.
Join us for an incredible adventure.
And make sure that you say that word.
Shazam!
Shazam!
If you could have one superpower, what would you pick?
Daily bats.
How'd you know my name?
Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
Shazam! You can switch by saying Shazam.
That's crazy, right? I can fly!
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged.
Okay, some more of
You're
this.
just as cool as Superman.
Oh, you're almost as cool as Superman.
You have bullet immunity.
I'm bulletproof.
You're dead.
Champion!
You're like a bad guy, right?
Here we go. Oh, that's cute.
Have the power to unleash.
Wait, what?
You will.
Oh my God.
Are you making some my big evil guy speech right now or something? You're like
Yes.
away from me. All I see is mouth moving.
As I feast on your heart.
Oh, whatever. Screw it.
Who are you?
Dude, you always think about that. Because not every superhero has super.
Fish? What can we do with that that's cool?
Maybe command an army of billions in the ocean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take that, haters of Aquaman. Talking to fish commands the largest army on Earth. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. I really hope they're not blowing their load on it. I know winning China over is a huge market for like every movie that comes out. So definitely targeting a trailer straight for that audience is really good. Showing them a little bit more than what we've seen. Maybe that's why we don't have this technically over like our side released, because I have not seen, like I said earlier, I haven't seen this trailer on any of our channels from when I was trying to look it up. It may be somewhere else or under a different name. I just looked up the Shazam International trailer, and this was the only one I could find. Well, no, there was one other one. It was from Joe Blow, but it was more of like a montage of all of the trailers, so I didn't want to watch that one. But yeah, I love that they're acknowledging that Shazam doesn't have super hearing. So him up in the city skylines where obviously winds would be roaring past your head, you wouldn't hear the dude monologue from like 30, 40 yards away from you up in the air. And the way they pull that off is so great. I really hope that all the best parts of this film are not in the trailers. I always hate when that's the case, when the trailers show you all the great parts. But from what I've seen in the reviews, from what people have been saying, it all seems positive. So I'm going in with some skeptical optimism. So I'm excited, man. Shazam, I never really dug in the comics or in any of the animated shows that I saw before. Um, so I don't know. I've kind of liked what they've done with him a little more in the DC animated universe on the animated movies that they've been releasing on like Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Those have all been solid stories, solid narrative, solid character development. Like DC, where it's sloppy on the live action front up until like Wonder Woman and Aquaman, it has been nailing it for years in the animated genre. Like their recent Death of Superman and the Reign of the Superman combo, uh, two-parter, was phenomenally awesome. And I got to see them in a double feature of those in theaters, and watching them both back to back on that format was just astounding. It was a lot of fun, and really it really puts right in your face how bad of a decision it was to kill off a Superman that was already divided on the world. Like, the world was divided on Superman in the DCEU. And when you kill someone that only 50% of the world cares about in the first place, and then everybody's just mourning him after that, it's just like, well, half the world didn't care and thought he was a threat, so this isn't that impactful. This is technically, he's only also had like 1.5 movies up until this point, because that movie wasn't all Superman. And like, what was the mindset there? Why would you do Death of Superman as your second story with this character? But like, it nails it in this recent animated film, man. It gets you to care. It gets you to see how how he affects the community and Metropolis and the people and all of that, and his impact on everything. And then once he's gone, you really feel his absence, and it's just, I love it. I love it so much. And in that same universe is Captain Marvel with Billy Batson and all that, and like the way I really love how they play it off in that series too. And they introduce him first, and I think it's Justice League Doom, and it's great. It's entertaining. And then I don't think that the Shazam and Superman movie was in, because they all these DC animated films, at least for the past couple of years, have all been interconnected. Like, they've been their own cinematic universe. I can't remember. There was one that was the introduction or the origin of Shazam. I can't remember if that was in the continuity with the recent ones or not, but I know just the way he was introduced in Justice League Doom though was really good. And was it Doom? I'm pretty sure it was Doom. No, it was Justice League War. Sorry. Justice League Doom is the Tower of Babel story. Yeah. It's all been solid. And with that effectiveness that they have in this in the animated films as well, like, Superman has a growing relationship as a mentor with Billy Batson as he's learning to become a hero. He becomes part of the League and all of that. So there's this, like, mentorship between the two of them. He looks up to Clark, he looks up to Superman, and that's kind of what he strives to be. And that's one of the things that was like, I was kind of excited for, because they were talking, because he's mentioned in this. You see clips of the things in the kids' room and in the trailers, and then you had all the talks about Henry Cavill and his possible potential cameo into it, setting up this kind of relationship existing in the DCEU. And then with whatever happened between Cavill and Warner Brothers and all of that, like, and just like as far as we know, it's been pretty much confirmed that he refused to show up and do the cameo in Shazam. So hopefully that's a deflection. I would love to be surprised by him actually showing up, but I am not holding my breath. It just seems like where they're hitting here now, they're hitting the ball, but then they just still have so many strikes, man. It's just a little disappointing in what could be great. Like Shazam on its own legs could be great, but I would have loved to have some kind of connection there in that kind of way. I know they're really aiming to disconnect this universe and let the heroes rely more on themselves than each other. Uh, so I don't know. It's kind of like a double edged sword with what we're getting here. So, but like I said, I'm optimistic about the film, and I just Aquaman was a great first step into bringing the comics to life, I think, because it sans Justice League, it was essentially the Throne of Atlantis storyline, which was pretty close. There's obviously some variations and stuff because they went way grander in the live action version, but definitely some similarities, and it's definitely like they're going towards some geared comic book storytelling. They're not trying to like win you over with edginess and all of that, just doing what the comic books do. And I hope they keep that up and have some fun doing it, because it's coming through in the medium when you can tell that they're actually enjoying what they're making. So I have some high hopes for Shazam. It's not that far away. I will be seeing it. I will be reviewing it. So I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinions on that when it is out. Also, completely unrelated to the movie itself. I just saw a video of Zachary Levi. I think it was at a press meet or something for Shazam, and the most adorable thing happened. I know this like mother and her daughter were doing like I guess some kind of meet and greet with the guy, and this girl goes up and just hugs him, and like is like you're her favorite superhero or something like that. And this girl just keeps hugging the guy, man, and he every time like he's like goes out, he's like, oh, thank you so much, and like she hugs him again. And this goes on for like a full 45 seconds of just like her letting go but then hugging back, and like he legitimately starts to cry because he's so like emotional over that kind of a reaction to him playing this character. Like he's seems like a pretty legitimate, genuine dude, man, and that's awesome as well. I like seeing stuff like that from actors or whatnot, especially seeing them like grateful and like humble for like the effect that they have in these roles. These because essentially a lot of these characters are meant to be role models. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, and like just kind of adds another thing to it. Like I like it's definitely awesome to find out like whenever an actor or somebody who's playing a role where you're supposed to like this character and like they're kind of a piece of crap in real life. So yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know, as always, down in the comments below what you think about Shazam. How do you think it's holding up and looking? Do you have any prior connections to the character, whether it was when they were Shazam or Captain Marvel? Anything at all. Just leave me some thoughts in the comments below and we'll have a conversation. And for now, I will catch you guys next time, and you all take care.